Hello and welcome to our popMATICS open house. We're really happy to have you here. This will be taking place over the next few days, Thursday and Friday, and I wanted to give you both a brief introduction to how the open house is going to work and also talk about some of the features of our program. Maybe whether some of you can't attend the live Q&A sessions, but also if you are planning to attend, this way you'll have some background. So we've set this up sort of like a choose your own adventure, which is also how we like to think of our program. We have a lot of paths and options, and we always want students to be working on what's most their areas of interest, and likewise for this open house. So watch a welcome video. You're here doing that. Congratulations. You can also opt to come to some live classes, see what those are like, come to a Q&A session. We have 2 of those. And if you're on Discord, you can explore our members channels there. So multiple ways to participate with us over the next 2 days and get a better sense of our program and how it works. So in case I haven't met you yet, my name is Angela Senich. I'm a teacher in training in the program, basically. I teach piano and also kind of partnering with Tony to put all of this together for you, both open house and also just the program. So you probably know Tony already, the creator of the popMATICS curriculum and the main teacher in the program. So let me start by just explaining how this open house is going to work. You have an information packet, or you should. If you don't, let me know and I will make sure you get one. But we emailed this to everyone who signed up, and we will also be sharing it in our Discord open house channel. And we have a combination of live events on Zoom. So all of our live classes happen over Zoom. And then on Discord, we have the option to ask questions, chat with each other, and also you can check out recordings of our classes that we've shared on Discord. You don't have to get on Discord, but if you want the full experience again, and I'll be talking more about how that works later on in the presentation. So no worries if you're not on there yet and you want to be. All right, so before I get into sort of our classes, I wanted to explain a little bit how our curriculum is structured so that as you're looking at your packet and different classes, you'll have a little bit of an understanding, what those classes mean and how we approach our concepts. So first of all, at a high level, before I even go into the stages of our curriculum, I wanted to talk about the 3 sort of pillars that we like to think kind of are all need to be paid attention to really develop the language of music in our students. So learning by listening, learning by creating, and learning by understanding. And you'll see examples of each of these throughout everything that we do. We think they're all important. They don't all have to be done equally at all times, but ultimately we think a balance of these is going to lead you to a frustration-free approach at the piano. And some of the frustrations that we see in students come from a lack of balance in these 3 elements. Some of you might think you're not creative, and we can have a side conversation about that, but it really just means learning the language of music the same way when we learn to speak, we have conversations. It doesn't mean that I have to go out and write a novel, but I know how to speak, and that's kind of what we mean by creating, is like speaking the language of music. All right, so with that, I want to talk about the 4 stages of our curriculum. These names can seem a little mysterious at first, but there's a lot of intention behind each one of them, and you will understand them better if, the more you stick around with us. So units is where we focus on landmarks and creative activities that prioritize the recognition of shapes, patterns, sounds. We're making beautiful sounds. We're using the entire range of the piano, and we're creating maps that we will use to navigate the landscape in future stages. I do have a longer description of each of these in the the full course description in your packet if you want more. I just wanted to give you kind of the highlights here. Then in stage 2, area 51, we have a really fun and mysteriously satisfying way to play along with favorite songs, and we're focusing on bass lines. So while in units we start listening for melody, we quickly in stage 2, bass lines are one of the hardest things for people to hear, and it's really a crucial part of playing by ear. So we spend a lot of time with this in stage 2. Then in stage 3, anchors and cradles, we move into chords. Now there's overlap. This isn't really like it's more fluid than it sounds when I talk about it in stages, but this is where we're really focused on chords and voice leading, and especially the chords that are diatonic to a key. And then here in the main stage, number system essentials, this is an oversimplification, but if you think about Area 51 is bass lines and then quality in anchors and cradles, major chords, minor chords. Here we really get into detail. So fancier chords, the 9 most popular chords, and this is where we add in a lot of those sevenths, ninths, the chords outside the key, all of that stuff that kind of brings some of the magic to life in songs. That's the focus of the main stage. You also might hear us refer to the set list. This is your roadmap. It's the core concepts within each stage. So you can kind of see here, we've got units, anchors, and cradles. So while you're within a stage, you can kind of use this as your personal roadmap to the concepts you'll be hearing over and over again in class. You can use this to review them yourself, make your own notes. So we encourage all of our students to get a copy of this. We have a printable copy for you. And with that, I want to talk about how the classes are actually structured. So that's the curriculum, that's the content, but how do we deliver it? So our core classes are organized by those 4 stages that I just went through. And in these classes, we do a lot, we'll mix things up, but they're largely focused on learning by listening. We're using song examples. We're bringing in concepts from the set list as they apply to these songs. We are doing creative activities too, so kind of everything happens, and these are designed as live experiences. So these are not recorded, but they happen multiple times. Each one happens actually daily, Monday through Thursday, so 4 times a week at rotating times. And then these mini classes, you'll see this in your packet as well. These aren't standalone, but these are some of the themes that will also come up in our classes at various stages. So Rhythm Emporium, focusing on rhythm and the heartbeat. Staff meetings, where we will take a little section of a song, something we're working on. Maybe it's a chord pattern, maybe it's a hook, and we'll put it in standard notation. This is how we work on the arranging skill. The hook, again, that's something else we like to pull those out and kind of analyze them and dissect them in class. And then pop quiz is really fun. We have a lot of games or ways to review the concepts that will pop up in class from time to time. And again, these happen throughout the different stages. Then we also have these 4 weekly classes. So these happen once a week, and these are recorded. So these are designed for those of you who, if you can't make it to the live classes for whatever reason, this ensures kind of a mix of the different things that we cover. It's a little more focused versus the live experience, but it's a really nice balance, again, of those 3 areas I talked about earlier. So the reCHORDit is focused on listening, learning by listening. The bonfire is focused on creating, and that's an extension of Campfire. So each week we have one creative prompt to inspire you to keep creating and exploring the instrument in that way. And then that third pillar, understanding, in this class, the set list, which is a new class for us, we're going through the items in the set list one at a time and just giving a really short focused demonstration and then an idea how to play with that concept. So those happen once a week. And then office hours is our 4th weekly class. And office hours is your chance to kind of make connections. So that's why we've got the 3 pillars and then connecting. So this is where you can ask us anything. And whether it's about practicing, okay, how do I apply this concept? I'm stuck here. Can I get some help on this song? What are the chords here? Nothing is really off limits. And if you can attend it live, you can ask us questions in the office hours channel and we'll still cover them live, so you'll be able to catch the answer. So this is something anyone can participate in, all 4 of these actually. And for that reason, we call it popMATICS to go, because these are the 4 classes that are accessible to you after the fact outside the live events. Now, as far as how the schedule itself works, and this is something, we have a link that is always valid for our members. It's fairly consistent week to week unless we have a holiday. But as I noted earlier, those core classes happen Monday through Thursday. Each one's once a day on a rotating schedule, so that if you can only come at one of the times, you can choose the day that has the stage you want. If hopefully that makes sense. If not, look at the schedule and you'll see what I mean. And then those weekly classes happen on Fridays. And the only exception is that Campfire, as those of you know who are participating, is 10 days. So we do that for 2 weeks each month. And then on the alternate weeks, this is a new thing, but we will be doing that class, the set list, because we want to kind of catch up and build a nice library in there for new members. So right now that one will be happening when Campfire is off. And that's it. So now I want to talk about some features that are unique to popMATICS. You might hear these terms and wonder what they mean, so we just want to briefly explain some of these for you. The first is the weekly guide. This is a members email. We send it out every Sunday. This gives you news and updates. So we are a new program, and we're constantly iterating and refining what we offer you as we grow and based on feedback and what we see working or not working. So anything that's new is always the first part of the guide is all you need if you just want to kind of get the skinny on what's new. But we also use this as a way to help organize for you all of the recordings that have the new class recordings, notes from class, if we have new sheet music that was put up during the week. Anything that's happened during the week in Discord is organized for you here in the weekly guide. So that's another way, if you're not crazy about Discord or have trouble finding stuff, you can wait for your guide, and it's a nice summary for you of everything new that you can explore. All right, and then the Sunday reCHORDit is something that is open at a basic level for anyone to participate with us. So if you are not sure you want to join our program, but you want to learn, over time a little more about the approach, you're welcome to do this with us. It is it's designed after the Sunday crossword, so it's a weekly puzzle, but it's a song puzzle. And the name reCHORDit is sort of multi-layered. It has to do with recording our observations, along with chord, obviously, listening for chords, and then sometimes we might want to record a performance of the song. So, but it starts with daily listening. So each Sunday when that new song comes out, if you're participating with us, we encourage you to listen every day, multiple times, to the song of the week. We want you to record your observations. That's kind of the core part of reCHORDit. We have templates for you that will encourage active listening, and then also a template specific to the song of the week if you're ready to start listening for chord changes. That's kind of give you some clues and tips and help. But even if you're not, you can get a lot out of just that first page and just some listening for instruments and song structure, and we give you ideas. Even if you're a complete beginner, you can do this. We have a Discord channel for this that's open to everyone, where we're sharing observations and sometimes short videos or links to articles, cover versions, live versions. Anything fun we want to share with the community happens in that channel. And then at the end of the week, we give you an answer key. So if you are trying to work on your chords and hear the song, you can see what Tony came up with and check yourself. And then for our members in the program, there's more depth around all of this because we will be using the song in class throughout the week. So we will be doing listening activities, melody sketches, sometimes creating an arrangement, and all of that will happen within classes. Now we will also, this won't be the subject of every class. We'll have other requests from members or songs that people are working on, but it will be a theme in class throughout the week. And then that reCHORDit class that I mentioned is where we will share some of the highlights of what we've done around our song of the week. Again, if you couldn't make it live this week, this will kind of give you some of the key things we talked about in class related to the song of the week. And those are for members only. Now, what is the Campfire Challenge? Many of you are here because of this and have been participating with us the past couple weeks, which has been amazing. So we'll go through this quickly, but for a few of you that have not done it yet, this is open to anybody. We offer it every month, and it's a 10-day challenge, Monday through Friday, for 2 weeks with short daily instruction and then daily assignments. And we like to think of this as based on the idea of show up, have fun, make music, get better. So we're giving you a lot of creative ways to explore the piano, but also helping build a daily habit of coming to the piano creatively. All right, so our next one, if you hadn't done it with us or if you want to do it again, you're welcome to participate as many times as you want in the Campfire Challenge. And the next one will be in April. All right, so you've also heard us talk about lockers. Again, if you're in Campfire, you have one, so you know what this is. But in our full program, there's a little bit more behind the lockers. So this is where we work with students who want customized feedback and support on independent projects. We're very careful about feedback because we don't want to really interfere with the student's process. So feedback is not as important as maybe in a traditional piano lesson where you're constantly getting feedback or corrections. We really reserve it for when a student asks for it, and we keep it pretty positive. And we can talk about that more if you have questions about that, but we do. So primarily, this is where you're stuck, you want some help, maybe you're working on a song, but that happens in the locker. And then lockers. If you have a locker, you're also part of our PopStar program where we're tracking attendance, participation, submissions, and you can redeem those pop stars. And it's all based on effort. So it's not really about, we don't grade work. If you put up notes from class, you put up a recording, it's the effort and the documenting that effort that's most important to us. And we do reward that with prizes for students who are in the program, just as a little bonus kind of fun incentive. So you can cash in your pop stars at the pop shop and get prizes. I know the Robux and Nitro have been pretty popular, as well as Amazon gift cards so far with some of our students. And then again, your private locker is that place for custom feedback. And if you're in Campfire, you've seen how this works. So the only other thing I'll say about our locker and popstar program is that we do this is a new thing. We just started these monthly scorecards where we show kind of our minimum expectations for students, what we think you need to succeed as far as how often to attend, how often should you submit recordings and notes. And then we'll give you a star status. And we have this waiver over here that's just kind of fun. We don't want students falling in the black hole. If they do, then we might have to have a conversation with the parent. So that's part of our way to have some fun, but help students who are in the program really get the most out of their membership and make sure they're doing the work outside class, which is a huge part of it. All right, now the green room, this is really fun. And you may have noticed by now, we kind of like to mix our metaphors between a college campus because we're, a place of learning and we want it to feel like college. We want it to have that fun kind of college vibe, but we also use pop stars and sort of the language of music because we're teaching music and that's what we're here to learn. So in that spirit, we have the green room, kind of like where bands go to hang out before a show sometimes. And this is specifically a weekly hangout. We do it every Friday after class, and anyone is welcome, whether you're a student or not. This is one of our public Discord channels. It's a voice channel. So this is the one live event that is not on Zoom, but is on Discord. And speaking of Discord, I'm going to wrap up by just briefly giving you a tour of how we use it and how our server is organized so that you can just get a little glimpse into that as well. So what is Discord? This is basically a free community platform. So we use it as our online community. So it's a place to share notes from class, inspiration, questions, performance videos, conversations, pet pictures, and those lockers I mentioned. All of that happens on Discord. It is also organized by role, which makes it very convenient for us because when people come in for Campfire, they can see Campfire, but they won't see our members' classes. Pop stars are people in our program, so they get access to everything. Roadies have been here a while. They're here to help you out. Staff, that's Tony and I. You can always @staff us to get our attention. And the visitors pass is what we give folks who are kind of touring. So if you are participating with us on Open House and you're in Discord, all you have to do is just pop in and say something in that Open House channel, and I'll make sure you get that visitors pass, which will open up for you all of the members' channels for you to explore during the next couple of days. So if you haven't been on Discord yet, basically you need to create a username and password. You'll do that, through Discord, not really through us. They manage that for you. You can get the app, or you can do this on a browser. You can do it on a phone, tablet, computer. Tony and I have learned from our kids. So my kids were both on there long before I was. So if you have kids around, they can probably help you out if you're stuck, or we're here to help you if you get stuck too. But once you've got yourself set up with Discord, then final step is to join our server. That's the key step. There is a link in your packet, or I will send you a link, but that's how you will start seeing all of our content is through our popMATICS server. So that's kind of how Discord works. And you can join multiple servers and flip around between them. And we aren't the only music program to use Discord. A couple of other ones that I follow, like 8-Bit Music Theory, a couple of the sort of more advanced jazz people that I keep an eye on use Discord with their students as well. So it's becoming more common, even though it was originally created as a gaming chat, I think a chat for gamers. So, but it's fun, and that's what we like about it. But you do have to learn how to navigate it a little bit. So you can mute and unmute and kind of customize notifications from it, which I won't get into today, but I did just want to show you how it's structured. So our welcome center, you arrive in new arrivals when you first get here. We've got rules, we've got announcements, the pop shop. This is like all the things you might find when you first got on a college campus. And we like to say, if you think back when you first started college, you might have been, gosh, a little lost for the first few days, but then you quickly find your way around and know how to get to class. And that's, same thing will happen if you check out our Discord server. You'll be feeling that way, in a few days. This is the open house channel I mentioned. It's right there in the Welcome Center. If you want to get the visitor pass, just pop in there and let me know. And that's also where you can ask us questions here. Anything you want to ask while you're participating in open house. It doesn't have to be about the open house. It can be about anything. All right, then we've got this popMATICS 101. These are the classroom buildings. This is where all the class stuff happens. So we've got channels by stage. This is where class notes go for each of the stages. The Sunday reCHORDit, which I talked about earlier, all that happens there. Music library is where we post final editions of chord charts and sheet music arrangements, so you can browse back and find plenty of really nice, high-quality arrangements and chord charts. You can find arrangements and chord charts on the internet, but if you get them from our library, that they're very thoughtful arrangements and accurate chord charts. And then in the office hours, that's where we take questions from our members for office hours. PM to go is short for popMATICS to go. That's where all of our links to recorded classes go. And then the spring is our teachers only channel for teachers in our mentorship program. The quad, this is like the fun part of the college campus. We chat music, art, memes, pet pics, and then this is where the green room, which I mentioned earlier. So this, you notice the little speaker there, that shows you that one's a voice channel. So you can unmute or mute yourself, turn your camera on or off, but you stop in. This is how we chat in the green room. And finally, the lockers that I mentioned happen on Discord as well. And these are private, so you will not see anyone else's locker. You will only see your own. Tony and I are the only people that see your locker, whether you're in Campfire or you sign up for the program with a locker. And with that, I just wanted to conclude by being very transparent about our membership options. We try to keep it really clear and simple, but the way it works is the locker is optional. So our basic membership, we wanted to keep it really affordable for people that don't need or want the locker because the locker is what obviously takes, it kind of bridges the gap a little more between our program and private lessons. So it's priced a little more like what you would pay for monthly private lessons. Whereas the basic membership, you're coming to class, you've got full access to Discord, all of the recordings, the office hours to get help and support, all of that, and that's $108 a month. And one special feature is we do allow family members to participate in class also for that same rate. So we're not going to charge by student, we're going to charge by household. And this is intentional in part because we really love the idea of families participating and learning music together. So maybe you're an adult, but you think one of your children would like to do it with you. Or maybe it's the child who has the membership, but you're the adult who always wanted to play piano and you want to listen in a little bit to class too and learn along with your child. Either way, or maybe it's for siblings. We want this to be very affordable and a way for families to make music together. Both of my children are in the program, in fact. So that's how the basic membership works. And then if you do want to add on a locker, it's just by student. So you could get one for one person in the family and no one else if that's how you want to work it. And that's an additional $108 per month per person. Anytime if you want to sign up, you won't actually find this on the site because we're not big on selling. We want it, we want to only have this once you really want to join. We maybe should add it, but for now, popMATICS.com/join. It's a brand new page actually, just where we made it easier to sign up. You can also sign up just by letting us know, but that's a new page we created. If you're excited and you want to join, we do offer 50% off the first month, and that includes the locker too if you want it, for anyone who completes Campfire Challenge. So that's a great way to try it out if you're not sure. You just want to kind of get a flavor for it. You'll get a great rate on your first month, and there's no contract with us. You can cancel it anytime. We make it really easy to do that. So that's how the membership works. And with that, I think, I was going to mention too, you get a free 30-minute private lesson when you start your membership, and that's really so that Tony can understand where you are, help recommend which classes you should attend, get a better sense of where your goals and all of that. So that's included as well when you sign up. So if there's anything I didn't cover for you today, please feel free to come to one of our live Q&A sessions. As I said, there'll be one each day, or ask us in Discord. Or if you get on the website, popMATICS.com, there's a contact spot. You can use any of these ways. We're we'd love to hear from you in whatever form is convenient for you. So you can email, text, call, book a free session. There is the option for a trial session, even if you're not a member. If you just still aren't quite sure and you need want that one-on-one time for an overview of the program, I'm happy to meet one-on-one with people as well to go over questions, and you can fill out the form on the website. So a lot of ways to reach out, and we're excited to spend the next couple of days with you in the open house. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch me today, or watch and listen and learn. We will see you all soon. Take care.